Um, you sort of touched on this, but I mean, the bottom line question everyone wants to know is when will things go back to normal, which is an unknowable at this point. Obviously, we don't know. There's still unknowns about the vaccines. We haven't really talked about therapeutics, but there are improvements in therapeutics. But in terms of playing out the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, is it realistic to think by next spring there could be some semblance of normality in the U.S. or next summer?
I would say very likely by the summer, a lot of things will be back to normal. Now, there'll still be a lot of people outside the United States, and that assumes that we get these other approvals and we get the logistics right. But yes, I'm very hopeful that by summer, we will be able to go back to offices and open up those restaurants and bars and say, okay, we are in a completely different stage than right now, where we're headed into this significant increase. I mean, today, was just another record day with almost 2,000 deaths.
I could see, though, even in the summer, even if I've taken the vaccine, I could see, and I would take the vaccine if I could get it, I could see still carrying a mask with me if I found myself on a particularly crowded subway, or if I found myself in some situation. I feel like masks are, at least for me, here to stay, whether it's constant or not.
Well, the amazing thing is how little flu we're seeing, and that's the behavioral change. The mask has very little downside. So there'll be some residual. Will we have big sports events by then, or does that take even longer? But certainly, to lay the groundwork so that the next school year is completely normal, we can get the whole country, every city back into school. I think that's achievable and a very important goal to have in mind.
Well, Bill, as I said, the first time we got to interview Sanjay and I was March 26th, and you've been just a calming and such an authoritative and smart voice on this. And I just, as a citizen, I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you and get information across, because it's in this crazy, difficult, surreal time that we live in. It is nice to talk to somebody who knows exactly what they're talking about and has some perspective on this. So thank you very much.
And a little bit of good news, too. So
yes, even better.
Thanks.
Bill Gates.